The RMS Titanic was never just a ship, it was a masterpiece, an icon of wealth and technology, boldly hailed as unsinkable. But that claim sank along with the ship itself on April 14, 1912, taking more than 1,500 lives. The official explanation was simple: a collision with an iceberg. Yet the scale of the tragedy left wounds and mysteries so deep that people began asking questions that gave birth to chilling conspiracy theories that still echo today. The first theory pulls us behind the curtain, into the world of power and finance. Some believe the Titanic disaster wasn't an accident at all, but a carefully orchestrated mass murder, masterminded by none other than John Pierpont J.P. Morgan, the banking titan who sought to control global finance. According to this theory, Morgan's true aim was to eliminate his three biggest rivals, Benjamin Guggenheim, Isidor Straus, and John Jacob Astor IV. All three were wealthy tycoons, said to oppose Morgan's plan to create the Federal Reserve Bank. Morgan himself was supposed to sail with them, but at the very last moment, he mysteriously canceled, citing illness. The three rivals boarded Titanic as first-class passengers, and none of them survived. Conspiracy theorists argue that Morgan deliberately ensured their presence on the doomed ship, so they would perish when it went down. While historians point out there's no solid proof that these men actually opposed the Federal Reserve, the fact that Morgan dodged the tragedy remains the centerpiece of this dark narrative. This theory suggests that the ship that sank in 1912 wasn't the Titanic at all, but her older, damaged twin, the RMS Olympic. In 1911, the Olympic had suffered heavy damage after colliding with the British warship HMS Hawke. The repairs were costly, and the ship was deemed unreliable. To avoid massive financial losses, White Star Line allegedly devised a daring insurance scam, secretly swapping the broken Olympic with the brand new Titanic. The plan? Sink the Olympic under Titanic's name and collect the massive insurance payout. According to believers, workers repainted the name, refitted the interiors, and staged the entire switch. For a while, this theory gained traction, but its credibility crumbled when researchers explored the wreck and discovered the ship's hull number, 401, the original serial number of Titanic, not Olympic. The last tale isn't really a conspiracy, but an eerie coincidence that feels like a prophecy. In 1898, 14 years before the Titanic ever sailed, an author named Morgan Robertson published a novella titled Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. His fictional ship, the Titan, was nearly identical in size to the Titanic and was also called unsinkable. In the story, the Titan struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic in April, the exact same fate as the Titanic. The book also described how the Titan carried far too few lifeboats, mirroring the real-life tragedy. Even the ship's speed and the disaster's location were uncannily similar. Was it just an extraordinary coincidence, born from Robertson's maritime experience? Or did he tap into something deeper, some uncanny foresight of destiny? No one can say for sure, but the parallels remain one of the most haunting mysteries tied to the Titanic disaster. And so, more than a century later, the Titanic is not just remembered as a tragic shipwreck, It has become a stage where history, mystery, and conspiracy collide. Whether you believe it was a dark plot by powerful men, an insurance scam gone wrong, or a prophecy written years before it happened, one thing is certain: the Titanic will forever remain a story larger than life, a reminder that even the unsinkable can fall. But what do you think? Was the Titanic's fate just a tragic accident, or is there more beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold mysteries and chilling conspiracies from history.